To have Jos or Max part of that team is a great help and is an amazing addition, obviously.
Thierry Vermeulen is going to get the job done. He's got gold all over his car, and while he's going to get the gold position in this race.
Impossible to describe, but it's all the hard work. And so I used to be very aggressive, and Jos at the time used to not like that at all. It was really the main thing he would complain about. I'm Thierry Vermeulen, Dutch DTM driver, 22 years old. Maybe a bit of a different background than most drivers. I started on quite a late age, only when I was 18 years old. So I had a big passion for cars growing up, but never really had the chance to go into go-karting. I did a little bit of go-karting, but never on a high level, let's say. But then on a later age, I started driving GT4 cars for 1 year, then went into the Porsche Cup series. And after that, I quickly had the goal to go to DTM. And that dream became reality 2 years ago in 2022, together with Frey Racing. And for the people who are watching DTM, they might know that I drive with the Verstappen.com car. So that started also in 2022, together with Max Verstappen. We started Verstappen.com Racing, a platform where drivers can show their talent from different backgrounds, let's say. And yeah, that's continuing to grow, and I'm really excited to see what the future holds for that. My racing career started quite late, so I started in 2020. It was the first time in a race car, in a Porsche GT4 Club Sport. And from there on, we started progressing. So I did that first year in the Benelux, and then the second year, I came back in a Porsche Cup car. So the field was also a bit more competitive. It was Jos at the time who was helping me and who was really pushing me through my racing career, which was always great because he really knows a lot about the sport and also about what it takes to grow and to become a professional. So he came to some weekends with me, and I remember that first year, like, it was progressing quite nicely throughout the season. It was the first year in that cup car, and we had some podiums.
There is Thierry Vermeulen chasing for second position and moves on into second position, passing then Van Parijs at the exit of Tarzanbocht. And in second position now Vermeulen. Second position Thierry Vermeulen, presenting the trophy for second place winner Thierry Vermeulen.
And coming to that Zolder weekend, I was very motivated. I felt quite confident, maybe a bit too confident, because in Zolder we had a very tough weekend, and Zolder is quite a unique track with very high curbs. And I remember the race, we were battling so extremely, and because I had so little experience looking back on it, obviously I think I was just losing my head completely, because at one point I started taking the curbs so high, trying to overtake the guy in front of me, which was also the guy I did GT4 with the year before. So we were kind of in the same journey, and we always really wanted to beat each other. So we were battling for a couple of laps, and I think at one point I was in front, and then he came back.
But Vermeulen then under all sorts of pressure here. Can he ward off that pressure? As Freymouth now is closing in very, very quickly indeed. Is very, very close then to Vermeulen. Here's Vermeulen then locking up that front right under a lot of pressure here. So there's potential of 2 spots then for Freymouth.
Because I got so aggressive in the car, I started to take so much of the chicane curbs that the entire suspension basically collapsed on a Porsche Cup car. And they're very strong cars, but somehow I managed in the heat of the moment to basically break the whole upright suspension.
But Vermeulen battling here with De Wilder has definitely cost him time here. And, well, Vermeulen is indicating to go into the pits, I think, here. I think he's got a problem, yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure he's got a problem.
So I used to be very aggressive, and Jos at the time used to not like that at all. It was really the main thing he would complain about. So I think after that race he just left, and I learned a lot from those moments, and it's the best feeling when you really learn something and you apply it. Like that's at the end what every racing driver is trying to do. You try to learn from the last weekend and apply it. And many times it doesn't work because obviously it's not just the driving that's the only factor that plays a role. There's so many factors and everything has to go right. So not sometimes you can have a weekend that you made a mistake. You try to apply it the next weekend and it doesn't work because of you end up in a crash or you have a puncture. So those weekends are super frustrating. In Porsche Cup car, you have the standing start, which is something I miss really a lot in DTM.
Green flag in the background then. There's your lights, middle of your screen. You can hear the engines roar then. We're at Zolder. It is indeed the first race of the weekend for the Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux. And I'll tell you what, it's a fantastic start here for the front two. But look at Thierry Vermeulen. The number 69 cars ended up going backwards here. It's race time. It's the Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux here at Assen. And I tell you what, it is a phenomenal start from Ghislaine in P3. And actually, it's a very good start then for Huub van Eindhoven. And then behind him is Thierry Vermeulen.
And those are really the key moments where you see, when you reflect on it, you're like, I made a mistake. I came back at the other weekend and I applied what I had to do better. And it worked. In Assen, we had also a pole position, which was my first pole position of that year. You're on the grid, you're trying to prepare your clutch, and you obviously have all the cars in your rearview mirror and no one in front. With that standing start, the stress is even higher than a rolling start. So I was really stressed at that moment, I remember, because it was super important coming back from a difficult weekend to try and perform. Obviously, a lot of people around me that wanted to push me to do well. So a lot of stress, but we had a good start. I think a little bit of pressure throughout the first sector from the driver behind. But after that, it was quite a strong race.
It's race time here for the final race of the weekend for the Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux, and we are off. Green light racing. Huub van Eindhoven. Does he get that dream start like he did yesterday? No, he does not. So he is quick, but he gets boxed off very quickly indeed. Vermeulen then is indeed squeezing across there to try and stop Dardel from making a move. Vermeulen, though, has not looked back today. What a drive it's been from him. Absolutely stunning drive from Thierry Vermeulen.
Those are the most beautiful races, actually, from my point of view. It's just when you're in the lead, everything is going how you want it to go. You can protect your tires. We had a safety car restart.
Race time part two here. Thierry Vermeulen can take them away. And again, he's just faking and faking and faking. Oh, this is only going to cause incidents. And he's got away here, but it's Dardel has read this beautifully well. So Dardel then is already moving as far over to the left. He's thinking, I'm going to just open up.
So obviously the stress comes a bit back up in those moments because everything you've done before could be gone if the guy behind you overtakes you. But we had a good restart, just a very solid race. I think we had even two safety cars looking back at the race, and both of them, they went really well. So those races are super rewarding because it's not like the race win gets gifted. You really have to work for it over and over. And I was extremely happy. That was probably one of my highlights from that year. So that's really key moments. And I think everyone was super happy at the time with that first win.
As he comes up towards the fastest part of the circuit. Merely a couple of corners to go then. And as we come up towards the final chicane, Thierry Vermeulen is going to get the job done. He's got gold all over his car, and while he's going to get the gold position in this race, congratulations to Thierry Vermeulen. He will pick up P1 in the number 69.
Thierry Vermeulen, our winner.
I think, like, for me, I just like to, like, that feeling when you're on the in lap, and I was so happy. I remember smashing the wheel, and just because the wins always come on the right moment, because it's always when they really have to come that they come. It's the best feeling. It's impossible to describe, but it's all the hard work and it all gets, like, it's what you do it for, to win and to win together with a team that work hard and that you work together, and it all pays off in that one moment.
Everyone seems to be quite happy, so now it's time for champagne.
For sure, we had a call afterwards and everyone was really happy and delighted for me. And I was also proud to show them, you know, because the weekend after, I think I was again on pole position.
Thierry Vermeulen, again, who's had some serious form coming into this. The back end of the season has been the driver to beat. That is a fact.
They obviously put a lot of time and effort in it, even now with Verstappen.com racing. And, you know, for them, it's not necessary to do. Their life goes on, even if I'm not in DTM. But for them to take the time and to try and help me, it's really something I'm extremely grateful for. And it's obviously a great help. Even back then, having a late start also means that at the beginning, you don't even know what a roll bar is. You don't know what it does when you change the diff or when you make other changes to the car. So to get some education on that, you know, that cannot be found online. That's something you have to experience and you have to learn with your team. And to have Jos or Max part of that team is a great help and is an amazing addition, obviously.